What is going on, YouTube land? I am Chris Catalunya. Before we get into the shoe review today, go ahead and check out my Instagram, Chris Catalunya with the underscore at the end. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload a new video. Alright, let's get into it. Actually, before we get into this, I want to first say thank you to all of the subscribers. I really do appreciate all the support that you have given me. I'm just really happy that there is a platform out here in which I can show my excitement, my passion, my knowledge, and even my opinions on shoes and streetwear culture. So in return, with you supporting me, I want to give back. I want to host a raffle once I hit that 8,000 subscriber mark here on YouTube, and I'll post up a video here on YouTube as well as Instagram. So definitely make sure you follow Instagram, as that's probably the most updated location for information. And who knows what I'll give away. I have all these items. Maybe I'll give it away at one time or spread it out. Not too sure yet, but right here I have like the Supreme Cat in the Hat tee in a medium. I have the Supreme balaclava, that face mask. It doesn't really get cold here, so I have no use for this. And then I have like 3 different Bape magazines which have accessories in them. So we have a bag here, we have like the Bape kids bag here, and then we have like a Bape wallet right here. I'll announce more details as we get closer to that 8,000 subscriber mark. So again, thank you for your support. If you're already subscribed, if you want to join up on this raffle, guys, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Alright, let's get into this shoe review. This shoe is the result of the collaborative efforts between Nike SB and the staple pigeon brand. This is the Panda Pigeon Dunk. The Panda Pigeon was released on January 15th of 2019, and actually I think they did release several pairs before that date. This was released on several different fronts. This was released on the Sneakers app, in which I took the L on. This was released on that Shit Show Network app, in which I took an L on, and I think all of us took an L on. This was also released nationwide at some skate accounts just to cater to the skateboarders, because this is a skate shoe, and I took an L. It was a ticket raffle, but I did manage to cop this shoe on the Staple Pigeon website via an e-newsletter. I was really lucky to catch this shoe. I had my eyes on my work email. I had the Staple Pigeon e-newsletter sent to my work email, and it was just coincidence that my eyes were on there. When I saw it pop up, I just entered the link and I just plugged and chugged all my information, and I got through. These joints had a retail price of $100. Now on the Staple Pigeon website, they were $120, and then you add $10 on top of that for your shipping and handling based on your location. Now, concerning resale, looking at markets like StockX, GOAT, or Grailed, the Panda Pigeon, depending on the size that you need, the resale price is going from anywhere between $280 and $400, where the middle, it seems to be about $330. The story of the Panda Pigeon. Jeff Staple, who is the leader of the Staple organization, he was going through some of the mock-up designs from the previous release, which was the Pigeon Dunks of 2017. So going through those mock-ups, he was just posting them to a story on Instagram or whatever social media account. In posting reject mock-up photos, people would like them, he would post up another one, people would like them. And then it came to this specific shoe, where a lot of people ended up liking it. He's posting reject mockups, not thinking anything of it, and Nike takes notice at all the likes this shoe is garnering, and they actually call him. Nike tells Jeff Staples, hey, your picture's gaining a lot of likes. Go ahead and take this post down. And Jeff Staples is like, why would I take a picture that's getting a lot of likes down? And then the light bulb went off, and he was like, oh, it's probably because they want to do another collaborative effort. So after Nike told him that, he obliged, and thus the idea of the Panda Pigeon was born. Concerning the theming of the shoe, the story that he wants to tell is that he wanted to pay homage to his heritage as well as the city that he currently resides in, New York City. So the panda, which is the unofficial mascot of China, and the pigeon of New York City. So in combining the two, you get the Panda Pigeon. If you want to listen to this in-depth interview hosted by Sneaker Inc., definitely click the link above. The shoes came in this box. It is a pink box with the Nike SB branding done up in black. Looking towards the front of the box, we have the Nike label right here done up in black and white. On the side, there's really nothing. There are words right here. Nike SB logo on the backside and some wording right here and some more propaganda right here. Unfortunately for me, I didn't get the wooden box special. I would have loved to have gotten that, but this suffice. Getting into the specifics of the shoe, the upper is comprised of several different materials. Prominent and in your face is this Nike swoosh right here, and it is done up in a white leather and is stitched onto this quarter panel right here, which is also done in that same white leather material. Framing the rest of the shoe, we have this black nubuck suede that runs around the shoe, and it feels pretty good to the touch. It feels like quality material. Now as we come back to the heel, we have this image right here. It is the pigeon label, which is very known for staple garments. And if you're familiar with this pigeon, you know that Jeff Staple and the Staple brand do not incorporate the pigeon on everything that they do. They only incorporate it with like high collaborations or collaborations with value, high pieces, stuff of that nature. Looking at the pigeon, it is embroidered onto the heel and it has several different colors to it. You could definitely make it out and it looks pretty good. Moving towards the front of the shoe, we still have that black nubuck material forming the toe box of the shoe, and the vamp right here that is enclosed within that toe box area is done in that same white leather that you'll see on the quarter panels on both the lateral and the medial sides of the shoe. But in this case, we do have perforated holes for breathability for your feet while it's inside the shoe. Now getting towards the medial side of the shoe, you'll see that there is a slight difference between the two. So we have the absence of the pigeon logo right here, and this swoosh is actually done up in gray. It's still done up in that leather material, but it's gray versus the white that is done on the lateral side of the shoe. Above that toe box is the lacing system, which still features that black nubuck material, and it has the punched in holes forming the eyelets for the shoelaces to feed through. Now the default shoelaces on the shoe is this black colorway right here in an oval shape. What I like about this particular set is that it comes with 3 sets of laces. So again, you have that black one, you have this green one done up in that oval shape still, and we have a set of white ones done in the same oval shape. Now personally for me, I think the green one looks the best. I think the white one is second best, and then this one, it's kind of boring. It matches the fairing and whatnot, so I'm not too big of a fan of this black oval shape. Behind those sets of laces is the tongue, which is very well padded, and you know with most skate shoes the tongue is super fat and whatnot. It is very thick. Now on the front side of the tongue, we have this nylon meshing going on, and it is done up in a black color. Now towards the top, we have this Nike SB logo right here, or label right here. It's done up in black, white Nike SB font. The swoosh is done up in that same matching green that you see right here, and it says Dunk Low Pro. The reverse side of the tongue is done in green, and it feels like a terry cloth or probably like 100% cotton material, and you'll see some of that label reaching at the back here. I know we talked a little about the heel of the shoe with this pigeon embroidery right here in the inside of the heel, but we still have that black nubuck material wrapping around the heel, and you could feel the TPU plate. It provides a lot of stability for your foot while it's inside the shoe. Now above that black nubuck is that white leather, and you'll see 3 lines of white stitching going across, which is pretty traditional for a Nike SB shoe. And above that is a panel done up in a reverse arc shape, and on that you see the Nike logo going across, and this is embroidered onto the heel tab of the shoe. It's done in that same matching green that you see on the back side of the tongue and the green laces. Getting into the lining of the shoe, it feels like the material used is like a neoprene material. It is done up in a black color, and all sides of the shoe, the lateral, the medial, and the heel of the shoe is well padded. The medial side of the shoe, on the inside, it actually features some white print. It says sample, not for resale, but you can see some areas where they inserted a T and crossed out the M to reflect the Staple brand name. I don't know how I feel about that. It definitely plays into that sample look, but I think it's kind of corny, but cool at the same time. I don't know how I feel about it. Pulling the insole out from the shoe, we have some of this green fabric that is laid upon some gray foam. Playing into that panda theme, they've included the bamboo stalks on this, and it runs vertical along the insole, and this is done up in a black ink. Now towards the bottom, towards the heel of the shoe, on the right shoe we have the pigeon logo right here, and then on the right shoe it actually has the Staple branding. On the reverse side of the insole, we have this gray EVA foam, which is pretty firm to the touch. At the heel, we have the Nike Zoom Air unit right here, and that is because this shoe is a Nike Dunk Low Pro. Enclosed within this plastic Nike Air Zoom unit, there are some tensile fibers and some of that Nike Air pressurized gas to provide some of that cushioning and some of that shock absorption. This black portion of the insole is actually less firm than this gray EVA foam. It is pretty springy to the touch and it definitely puts your foot back in its right path. And the reasoning is because this portion of the foot, the ball of the foot actually hits the ground a lot harder than the rest of this. So that's why they employ this specific technology in this particular area. Moving on to the midsole of the shoe, you can see that it is done up in a black rubber material. And I really like that. Rubber is very durable, and I like that they use the black color instead of like a white midsole, because white gets dirty pretty easily, especially when you're skateboarding. Paired with that black midsole, we have some stitching going on, and that is done up in white. And this stitching actually secures the midsole to the upper to the midsole. The outsole of this shoe is pretty cool, as there is an image behind this translucent blown rubber material. Now this image looks to be a collage of like the different headline articles from when they first released the staple Pigeon Dunks long time ago. Again, the material used is a blown rubber, and the reason why they use a blown rubber is to enable flexibility for when your foot's in the shoe, to give it some bend. The traction mark of the outsole are of a typical SB Dunk pattern. And I know with this translucent outsole and the image behind that, it's kind of hard to see the traction marking, but definitely it is of the typical SB Dunk nature. In terms of sizing, I normally rock a size 8.5 or a 9 US in Nike shoes. For this particular model, I went with a size 8.5, and it definitely fits true to size. In terms of comfort, it is a pretty comfortable shoe, especially with the insole having that EVA foam and having that Nike Zoom Air unit at the heel. My final thoughts on the Panda Pigeon SBs. I do really like the shoe at that $100 to $120 retail price. Now, in terms of resale, I don't know if I would actually cop this on the resale market. I mean, the shoe is still going for about $280 to about $400, just depending on the size that you need. Now, me with an 8.5, this is going for about $330, and I don't know if that's a justified price for this shoe, especially with the design. It's pretty simple design. Again, I really do like the shoe. I think the materials used on the shoe are acceptable. I think the story behind the shoe, it's a pretty legit story, and I mean, it's a dunk. I love dunks. Alright guys, I think this is a good stopping point for this video. What do you think about this collaboration between the Nike Corporation and Staple on this Panda Pigeon Dunk Low? What do you think about this shoe in comparison to the other previous Pigeon Dunks? Let me know your thoughts below. Go ahead and check out my Instagram, Chris.Catalunya with the underscore at the end. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload a new video. And again, once we hit that 8,000 subscriber mark, we're definitely going to do a raffle. Alright guys, I am Chris Catalunya, and we will check you next time. Cheers! Sige na!